That's my champion.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I, at this point, hope you know my stance or feelings about talking points, one of which being how Jon Jones decimates Francis Ngannou, and I'm going to politely, semi-politely, disagree. And this has nothing to do with Conor's latest delusions. This is just about these two, and I'm going to use some examples to make my points. Shall we? Alright, let's go. 6'4", 6'5", 84.5 versus 83. The tail of the tape is pretty close. I would think Ngannou's much thicker and probably would weigh in heavier. Francis doesn't throw head kicks, nor is he southpaw, so, you know, with the things Dominic hit him with, that would be the argument, right? But he can. See, he can, though. And there he is, southpaw, and that's Curtis Blades. That's a contender. That's a savage. So the things you're seeing from Reyes, like this, right? That kind of a power punch to the solar plexus is a beautiful punch, but if it's from Francis, it's putting a hole in your chest. Jones does not move well backward, and I agree with Conor on that. He's a blitzing puncher coming in like this. You cannot move straight back to the cage and put your hand out. Understandably, most people missed Rosenstruck countering and landing a leg kick. You know, both kind of affected Francis' footwork amidst the splits. And I'll try to slow it down to some extent, but see, he is landing little punches. It's just that chin, right? That chin. So this, to me, is some soul stealing ish. It's very Thanos, hence the glove earlier. And you'll see it. It's more common than you think. And that dude didn't get up quickly. So one more. Watch the nothingness effect on Ngannou's chin here. So he comes there, left overhand, landed little right short, and that right there just put him into orbit. This is some next level power, you need to understand. So Jones couldn't pull off the Infinity War choke like that, but he's excellent at poking eyes. See how his hands out like that? That's his... See, look at his hands, how he's putting them out every single time. Pronated stiff arm with his fingers outstretched. Where's this defense I hear so much about? You know, he got lit up by Gus like a decade ago almost. And as you know, I watched this with commentary. I was like, why are they talking about his defense? Jones wouldn't move backward really, so he just opts for that. Head kick again lands. I love when moving right as a southpaw, the 10 quick sits into like a 1 or a left high kick, so you switch stance into orthodox. There, like that. Beautiful, beautiful stuff from Dominic, who did fight well, and I take nothing from him, by the way. It's just I'm pro Francis. These level change feints are nice, though Jones wasn't concerned about a takedown, right? So here he's level change feinting. Like, you don't need to feint that. You should be like foot feinting. That landed pretty flush. But see his form there? I mean, if we're going to be critical, right, about Francis's technique and stuff like that, look at Jones running. And people think Francis wings his shots. I mean, is that not a winged shot? Well, if not, I got to know what it is. You can press against the fence like this. It's just, that would be death, I would think. If Ngannou gets someone fence pressed, it's usually bad news. Like, if you watch, this isn't quite fence pressed, but I mean, this is early. This clip here, you know what you can tell by the long hair. That beautiful 1-6, those long threes. He's using his reach well, but he's super accurate. You got to look how accurate he is with that kind of shovel uppercut 5 kind of thing, right through the guard. When it's slowed down, you can see that is. I mean, that's with the exact right part of the glove as well. That's not easy to do. We're talking about a 255-pound super athlete. So here's, like, look at the low kick differential between Dom and Jon, right? That had no effect. That had a huge effect. And again, Francis is much, much more powerful. And I think faster. So he gets hit moving forward. Here he goes. He's going to move forward. And boom. Beautiful uppercut into a 2. So 6-2. This is on that 3. But you could never ever turn your back to Francis like this. And I think it's why Francis posted this little clip here. You know, it was kind of it's not even a jab really, but he posted clips of Jon running away, because it's like, if you do that to me, you know, it's going to be a little different. So nice rangy corkscrew here. Whenever distance confuses Jon's, he just goes for those eyelets. It's clockwork, and I don't know. It's like I haven't been watching that specific element enough lately. I don't know. And MMA athleticism is a big deal, you know. So when asked if this would play out with Francis, how would it be different? You know, if these scenarios, how would it be different, right? A lot of ways you can't do that. For example, right? He's running. Look at. That's how. If you turn your back, he'll grab right onto your hip. He'll slow your momentum and then smash you as you are on your way to Neptune, or insert whatever the talking point of today is with that joke. But for all the sloppy talk, I'm just wondering when JDS became so low on the MMA boxing pound for pound list, right? You know, you got look at that the choke again. That's twice now. Keep count. Francis is inevitable. Miss on the shot there, and they're going. It's deep. It's so deep, but no juice for Jones. No squeeze. And if I have to explain, I won't. So Thanos isn't having that. Pedigree, MMA history, or whatever else is the barometer. Kane is a better wrestler than John Jones. He just is, right? So what does he do, right? Underhook, boom, boom. You saw Thanos choke and you saw a right hand land. And you might have missed both. But I will show you slowed down right there. Now watch this. This is as he's coming in. Bang. Your head does not move like that from nothing. And his legs were fine right before that. So that right hand landed, and that's why, see, he fell weird. That right hand, that missile that he's got, the grenade. Now here's the choke. Okay, slow it down a little. Who's that? He is inevitable. He used a one-handed choke as takedown defense on Cain Velasquez, arguably the greatest heavyweight ever. I'd put Stipe there, but some people make the argument. Prime this. I don't like qualifiers like that. But you know, these are all post Stipe, remember. But there's one opponent I show, or two actually, the first Blades fight. But these lazy jabs here, for instance, right? Like this is something that would be exploited. Now from Southpaw, the slip six is a wonderful counter. That kind of fruitless jab he's pulling out there. So he slips inside, throws that six, but that's open stance, right? Nice stuff. There he tried a two afterwards. It's all boxing though, really. And in closed stance, John is tall enough to be countered with an overhand right if he doesn't fix it, you know, because it's timing meets raw power when Francis does it here against Blaze. This is their second fight. Look at that. Dude, I don't even know what that is, chin, but it sure put him out, right? So you can't throw those lazy jabs are out. They're out. So Dom countered well with the right punches in open stance to exploit that weak jab. But does anyone remember a young Jones saying that his coaches told him his jab would be better than Ali's someday? You know, sometimes I think some fighters' greatest strengths, like, are their delusions, if that makes sense. The sequence demonstrates said punches perfectly. So 3-2 when cornering or being attempted to be cornered by Jones and then turning it around on him. 3s and 2s in open stance for both fighters are your most important punches. And he had both of those work in overtime. That's a bit of a 4 there, which is a dangerous punch. Jones wasn't really rolling with the shots. Commentary kept saying he was, but you tell me, he's rolling, but they're landing. So, yeah, you can roll all you'd like, but there's a lot of punches there landing. So, regardless of who you think won the fight, the tentative nature John showed, even in the not scored differently late rounds, you know, there's a theme here. This is thematic. I don't know that we're looking at the same guy, and I don't know why the person that shares a name with me has his opinions that are so off. Here's Arlovsky, a Jackson Wink product. You know, trying to follow the game plan, being a little tentative, and tries to throw that nonsense. Not having it. Not having it. So this was their first attempt, that genius team, Jackson Wink. And I have nothing against them, if I'm being honest. But it never did. So Overeem they throw in another Jackson Wink product. He comes out ablaze with their game plan. Look at that. Blitz left one about 12 feet across the ring. He just moved a little. Again, no, it's just to no avail. Little MMA boxing and the Power Stone in his hand. It creates that. I mean, Pez dispenser knockout. Craziness, right? And there's the familiar choke we've seen before, right? Just this dude, if he's not terrifying, I swear to you, I don't know who is. So I just wanted to do a quick thing on this. I don't think the fight will happen, but it'll be for different reasons, of course. But I take Francis, and Vegas does too, if they ever were to fight. I just don't see it happening. I think it's a combinatory thing of Dana not wanting it, and Jones maybe not really wanting it. So we shall see. But I just wanted to put something quick out there for everybody, and then celebrate Francis a little bit because I like him. All right, cheers, everyone.